For objects of meditation. Meditation Master Buddhadasa ***. Introduction. Venerable Buddhadasa, Buddhadasa Bhikkhu, the abbot of Wat Suan Mok Monastery, is a renowned meditation master in Thailand. The four objects of meditation. The four objects of meditation are Kāya, body, Vedanā, feelings, Citta, mind, and Dhamma, phenomena. These objects are placed on the path of observation, Vipassana meditation, within the mind. These objects are so important that you need to memorize their names in Pali to understand them thoroughly. Kāya, Vedanā, Citta, and Dhamma, body, feelings, mind, phenomena. Remember them as the four most crucial subjects. We must use these four objects more skillfully than any other type of object in training and developing the mind, because these four types of objects exist within us and are the source of all problems that arise in life. Because we do not understand them and cannot control them, they become the cause of suffering. Therefore, it is necessary to distinguish and understand these four objects clearly. Body, feelings, mind, and phenomena. Stage 1. The physical body and the breath body. Begin with Kāya, the body. The Pali word Kāya means group and refers to any collection of objects. In this case, Kāya means a collection of physical substances combined to form a body of flesh and blood. In fact, the English word body, used to translate Kāya, also means a group. To approach this deeply, you should look back at yourself to see what this body is made of, what organs are there and how many types, what kinds of elements, what types of components make up the body. Moreover, there is a crucial component that nourishes all other components of the body, the physical body, which is the breath. The breath is also called Kāya, or the breath body, in which is a collection of many elements. We will explore how this physical body is structured and how it relates to the breath. The body in general, the physical body, is something we cannot directly control. This is beyond our capability. However, there is a way to control it, to master it indirectly through the breath. If we somehow exert influence on the breath body, the physical body will immediately receive the result. This is why we use the breath as the object of practice. Monitoring the breath to a certain degree means we have controlled the body to an equivalent degree. You will feel this clearly when you have practiced to a special state of anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing. In initial practice, we observe what is related to Kāya, the body. We will study the breath using a special method. Pay attention to each inhale and exhale, and find out the characteristics of each breath. Is a breath long or short, gentle or forceful, fast or slow? We must know them clearly. With each type of breath that arises, we must know its nature and functions. The breath has a significant influence on the physical body, and this influence needs to be seen clearly. Observe both sides of this relationship until you see clearly that they are closely interconnected and inseparable. See that the breath body nourishes and is a condition for the physical body. That is the first step. Study the breath more deeply to know the characteristics of each type of breath. Then you will understand that it is also attached to this physical body. This helps you control the physical body by regulating the breath. The meaning of these initial steps of practice is to know the secret of Kāya, the body. We know that the breath is the food of the physical body. This important secret is a key to unlocking other secrets about the body, such as the fact that we can use the breath to achieve a state of complete mastery over the body. We know that we can relax the physical body by calming the breath. If the breath is calm, the physical body will be calm. This is an indirect way to control the body. Moreover, it should be noted that there exists a source of happiness, peace, and other valuable benefits in calming the breath and the physical body. Stage 2. Mastering feelings. Vedanā, feelings, have a tremendous power to influence humans and all forms of life. The entire world, animals, humans, and all sentient beings, is governed by Vedanā. Everything exists through feelings. It may sound strange and hard to believe, so please contemplate this yourself. Truly, we, all species on this earth, are being driven by Vedanā to carry out its commands. When we encounter Sukha Vedanā, pleasant feelings, happiness, we try to hold on to them and seek more of these feelings. Pleasant feelings always pull the mind in a certain direction and condition certain actions. Dukkha Vedanā, unpleasant feelings, dissatisfaction, suffering, affect the mind and influence life in the opposite direction, but still lead to habitual responses. Our mind resists them and turns them into problems, and these problems cause suffering, dukkha. Feelings have a great power over what we do. The whole world is under command of feelings, Vedanā, although there are other related factors. For example, while the mind may be dominated by tanha, craving, desire, it is feelings that first nourish that desire. Therefore, feelings have the strongest and greatest influence on our entire mind. If we can master feelings, we can master the world. We will have the ability to control the world when we can control feelings as we wish. Currently, no one pays attention to controlling feelings, so the world has lost control. Do you see the continuous crises and difficulties happening? Wars, famines, corruption, environmental pollution. All these are actions stemming from our failure to control feelings from the beginning. If we could control our feelings, we could control this world. This is something you need to think about carefully. There are countless actions in this world driven by Vedanā, which compels us to desire, and this desire turns into actions. Even the desire for rebirth is conditioned by Vedanā. If we crave, we will be swept along in the cycle of samsara, the cycle of birth and death, of heaven and hell. Everything originates from feelings. Controlling Vedanā is controlling the root, the seed from which everything grows. This is why it is essential to understand feelings correctly and deeply. There are three main points to recognize Vedanā. 1. Understand feelings themselves, what causes feelings in the mind. 2. Know how Vedanā nourishes the mind, how it stirs up thoughts, memories, speech, and actions. 3. Discover that we can control the mind by controlling Vedanā, just as the physical body is controlled by regulating the breath. We have the ability to master the mind by controlling feelings. These 3 points are the hidden meanings of Vedanā. Understand the nature of feelings themselves. Know what conditions and nourishes feelings. Know how to control these nourishments, as well as how to control the feelings themselves. These are the 3 important things to practice in Vipassana, contemplation of feelings. In the stage related to the body, we look for what is a condition, the food of the physical body. We study that food until we know every detail of it. We find out how it nourishes the body. Then, by controlling that, we can control the body. This is how to make the body tranquil and happy. Similarly, for the mind, its food is feelings. By controlling feelings so that they do not condition the mind to be disturbed, so that they create the mind as we wish, we can make the mind tranquil. This is how, in stage 1, practicing Kāya, body contemplation, and in stage 2, practicing Vedanā, feelings contemplation, follow the same basic principle of observation or Vipassana meditation. Stage 3, the subtle mind. After mastering both of the above stages, we continue to practice to clearly know the secrets of the mind, Citta. The mind is a director and guide of life. The mind directs, and the body is merely a tool that follows that direction. For life to be led on a good path, we must understand Citta thoroughly until we can control it. This requires a particularly serious effort because what we call mind is very subtle, complex, and profound. We cannot see it with our eyes, but can only see it in a special way. With sufficient practice of sati, mindfulness, as above, this practice is within our capability, but we must exert great effort. Do not be discouraged or give up. All of us have the ability to learn about Citta, to know its secrets. One cannot know Citta directly. One cannot touch or contact it directly. However, one can know it through thoughts. If we know how thoughts operate, we will know our mind. For example, in this physical world, we cannot know electricity itself, but we can know it through properties like current, voltage, charge, etc. Similarly, with Citta, we cannot directly experience it, but we can experience it through its effects. How many types of thoughts arise each day? Observe them. This is how we can know Citta. We begin to learn about the mind by observing the arising of different types of thoughts. In what way are they erroneous, and in what way are they correct? Are they bright or dark thoughts? Do they think in right or wrong ways, wholesome or unwholesome? Observe until Citta is clearly seen through every type of thought it can produce. Through this, we know the natural state, Dhammajati, of the mind. At this stage, depending on the practice of Kāya and Vedanā, the food of the mind, we have the ability to guide the mind as we wish. We can make the mind think in different ways or keep it still. We can make the mind stable or unstable if we want. The mind can experience various kinds of happiness and joy. It can be made tranquil, silent, and focused in many ways and at different levels. Finally, the mind can be liberated, free from all that is loved, hated, and attached to. The mind is freed from all this. This is a lesson about the secrets of the mind that we must practice in the third stage of Anapanasati Bhavana, knowing all the different types of Citta, being able to make the mind joyful and content, then being able to make the mind stop and be still. Finally, being able to make the mind free from all attachments, making it free from everything it attaches to and is attached by. This is a method of practice related to the mind that we need to master in the third lesson of Anapanasati. Stage 4, realizing ultimate Dhamma. After knowing the secrets of the body, feelings, and mind, we proceed to stage 4, Dhamma, phenomena. As mentioned earlier, Dhamma is the natural state with all its values. Let us consider the truth of all things, the ultimate truth of nature, of reality, of the fact called the absolute secret of the natural state. Having this knowledge, we can live in peace in this world. The truth governing this life is anicca, impermanence, dukkha, suffering, anatta, non-self, sanatta, emptiness, and atthata, suchness. Anicca ***, knowing clearly that all things formed from other things, conditioned, are impermanent and subject to cessation. Dukkha, knowing clearly that all that is in motion is suffering, never satisfying. Anatta, knowing clearly that all things have no self, no soul. Sanatta, knowing clearly that everything is empty without I or mine. Tatthata, knowing clearly the reality as it is of all things. This is the ultimate truth. We must look at things until they're fully realized so that the mind is no longer deceived. When we understand the truth about reality, we will no longer make mistakes and suffer. It may sound strange that the truth, anicca, dukkha, anatta, sanatta, end with tatthata, that the ultimate truth of everything in the universe is ultimately nothing but suchness, tatthata. In Thai, tatthata is translated as just like that. Reality is understood simply and typically as everything is just like that. When we realize that everything is just like that, the ultimate Dhamma, we will see that there is nothing good or bad, right or wrong, gain or loss, victory or defeat, virtue or sin, happiness or suffering, surplus or lack, existence or non-existence. The ultimate Dhamma is right here and now, because it is just like that, transcending all existence and non-existence, optimism and pessimism, transcending duality. The truth learned in stage 4 is the secrets of the natural state. The secret says that everything is just like that. Fully realizing Dhamma is only the first step. Now, we will see that the mind begins to be free, begins to be liberated from attachments. Attachments will gradually dissolve. This will be experienced the moment all attachments are let go. And finally, the experience that the mind is free, everything is free. However, in the scriptures, it is called returning. The Buddha said that in the end, we return everything to its original nature. That means we have stolen the things of nature and made them I and mine. We have been deluded and suffer because of it. Now we become wiser and have the ability not to cling to things. We will return them to their nature and never steal them again. In this final stage of practice, we will realize that this is the nature of nature, not mine, and we can return everything to its original state. Finally, there is no more thief, free from all consequences and influences of attachment. The practice of Anapanasati ends here. Learning about the secret of Dhamma is knowing that there is nothing attached and nothing attaching. Everything is free. If you want to choose a name, you can call it liberation. It needs to be explained further. Ending attachment and returning everything to its original nature is the meaning of liberation. In Buddhism, liberation means freedom from all forms of attachment to live a life beyond the worldly. Although the body is in this world, the mind transcends it. Therefore, all difficulties disappear. This is the way to elevate life with the fullest potential.